in ZFU, we've got a Young Farmers Club structure that is representative of young farmers in ZFU from the age of 18 to 35. But at times, the Young Farmers Clubs, we have also taken them to schools, including primary school, secondary schools. So in this project, we decided that we were going to do it in primary schools. So the way it was structured was that in the primary school and secondary school, we would establish a demonstration plot, a conservation agriculture demonstration plot, meant to train farmers on the principles of conservation agriculture, practically. But the young farmers would then act as agents of change, trying to influence the older farmers to shift from the conventional ways of farming to conservation agriculture as a technique or a technology that is meant to mitigate climate, to improve adaptation to climate change. So what would happen is that the young farmers who were selected in the school would establish the demo plot with assistance from the project. So we would provide the inputs, would provide the implements, would provide all the necessary equipment and inputs for the Young Farmers Club to establish that. And we worked not only as ZFU, we also had to foster partnerships with the private sector, seed companies, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the extension arm of government, which is Agri-Techs, which means Agriculture Technical and Extension Services, the equipment manufacturers. So in that project, we were promoting improved technologies. Normally it's the hoe that is used for conservation agriculture. But from our baseline, we realized that there was a challenge in that farmers were complaining about the amount of labor that is involved. So we opted to improve, to go a level higher in terms of the technology. So we were using ox-drawn CA equipment, and we were promoting the use of herbicides for weed management. So this would improve the amount of labor that the farmers were putting into conservation agriculture, because we saw that it was a factor militating against adoption of the technique. When we did the baseline, we also realized that it was driven by non-governmental organizations on a humanitarian basis, that they would demand that those who would want to benefit from the inputs that they would be giving to farmers would have to do conservation agriculture. And once that program ended, we saw that the farmers would not continue implementing that technique. So we thought the best approach was to make sure that the farmers would first of all, understand the benefits that accrue from conservation agriculture. So we would train them. Training was an important element. Experiential training where the farmers are hands-on. So the Young Farmers Clubs would host, but farmers in the community would form farmer groups and come into the school and also assist the young farmers to establish the demo plots themselves throughout the growing season and throughout the cropping cycle. So the farmers, after learning and appreciating the benefits of conservation agriculture, they would then go and also implement, starting with a small area in their own fields, but then improving as they see the benefits. This was the approach, and from the evaluation that then came, we realized that there was more adoption because there was no carrot that we dangled for the farmers to actually participate. Otherwise, they just participated because they appreciated the benefits that they were seeing at the demonstration plot. So we took a different approach, and we think it worked.